entitled Stepmom and her kids tried to steal my inheritance and business, got exactly what they deserved. Hi, my name is Amelia, and I grew up with my hardworking single father. We were never rich, but we had love, respect, and happiness, things money couldn't buy. But everything changed when Dad married Vivian, a woman who always wanted more and thought she deserved the best of everything. She brought her two spoiled kids, Dylan and Sophia, who had never done a day's work in their lives. As soon as Vivian moved in, she took over our home. She made new rules that only benefited her and her kids. I was treated like I didn't belong. While Dylan and Sophia got new clothes, fancy gadgets, and expensive gifts, I had to use my old things and was told to be grateful for whatever I had. Dad knew it was unfair, but he was tired and worn down by Vivian's constant demands and guilt trips. Living under the same roof as them was unbearable. Vivian would host extravagant dinners for her friends, expecting me to clean up afterward. Dylan and Sophia would mock me for not having what they had, treating me like a servant rather than a stepsister. My room, once my safe space, was reduced to a cramped corner while they took over the rest of the house. Meals often consisted of whatever leftovers I could grab before they ate everything. If I ever complained, Vivian would gaslight me, making me feel like I was overreacting. I learned to endure in silence, counting the days until I could leave. Despite the hardship, I refused to let their cruelty break me. I took on multiple part-time jobs while studying, saving every penny I could. I spent countless nights designing clothing, sketching ideas in an old notebook I had to hide from Vivian and her kids, who constantly ridiculed my dreams. You start a clothing brand? Sophia laughed. No one would ever buy from you. You're wasting your time, Dylan sneered. You'll never make it. Their words stung, but they only fueled my determination. I taught myself how to sew, sourced affordable materials, and started selling handmade clothes online. At first, sales were slow, and I doubted myself, but I refused to give up. I studied marketing strategies, promoted my designs on social media, and connected with small influencers who believed in my work. Slowly but surely, my brand began gaining traction. When I finally moved out, it felt like escaping a prison. My business started to grow, and my confidence soared. Orders increased, and soon, my little side hustle became a recognized brand. I expanded my designs, collaborated with fashion events, and even launched my own website. Meanwhile, Vivian and her kids kept living in luxury, spending Dad's money without a second thought. But their easy life fell apart when Dad suddenly passed away. Vivian was sure she would get everything, ready to keep living in comfort. She even smiled when we all sat in the lawyer's office, thinking she had already won. But then, the will was read, and everything changed. Dad had left almost everything to me, the house, his savings, and, most importantly, a letter. Vivian was furious. She told the lawyer to check again, but the will was clear. Dad had seen through her greed and made sure I was protected. Desperate, Vivian and her kids hired their own lawyer to contest the will, claiming they were entitled to an inheritance. They argued, lied, and tried every legal loophole possible, but the evidence was undeniable. The will had been properly drafted, and their case was thrown out. Defeated but still greedy, they turned their attention to my business. They claimed that I owed my success to them, saying they had helped me by providing a roof over my head while I was building my brand. Dylan even had the audacity to say that my designs were inspired by his fashion choices. But I had been prepared for this. I kept every receipt, every document, and every piece of evidence proving that my business was built entirely by me. Bank statements showed my investments, contracts documented my collaborations, and messages displayed their years of mockery rather than support. When they tried to sue me, my lawyer presented all the proof, and their claims were immediately dismissed. Vivian, Dylan, and Sophia were outraged. They had nothing left. Without Dad's money and unable to take mine, they were forced to sell their expensive things just to survive. As for me, I didn't let my new wealth change who I was. I continued growing my clothing brand, using my inheritance to expand my business and create opportunities for others who had struggled like me. My success wasn't just about money, it was about proving that resilience, hard work, and determination could turn dreams into reality. And Vivian and her kids? They finally learned the hard way that greed and entitlement lead to nothing but loss. In the end, justice won, and I found the happiness I always deserved. I carried on my father's and grandfather's true legacy, not just their wealth, but their values of kindness, hard work, and integrity.